Daphne's distorted voice pulls Sabrina back to reality. In front of them, Jack was approaching, sword in hand. He was ready to kill her and Daphne. He was extremely angry to the Grimm's family because of their past. Daphne tries awakening Mayor Charming, but fails. Sabrina and Daphne tries real hard to convince him, but he wasn't even moved by their words. Sabrina was able to distract him momentarily and get hands on his bean bottle and escape with her sister. Both of them dragged the mayor into a cave and hid inside. Jack found them and continued his pursuit. Sabrina, who was done with all this, was ready to convince him somehow to put an end to this, but Daphne stops her and asked her to distract him until she gets Granny and Mr. Canis. They both spilled up. Sabrina was chased by Jack while Daphne ran to rescue her Granny and Mr. Canis from the giant's pocket. Meanwhile, Jack throws his sword towards Sabrina, which made her crash down. Daphne climbs up on the giant and loudly called them out. Then she tries to unbutton the pocket, which was so heavy. Jack explains how much hatred he had against the Grimms and how much he wanted them to be gone. He raised his sword to kill her, but the mayor pulled his leg tightly, which made him lose balance and fall. He told her to not listen to Jack, and without the Grimms they would have suffered. He asked Jack if he forget which side he was in, but he kicks the mayor to the ground. Sabrina, using this chance to run away, but the path ends and Jack had caught up to her. Before he could do anything to Sabrina, Daphne brought Relda and Mr. Canis just in time. Relda also explains how Jack is important for them and she tries her best to convince him. None of it got through to him. He really was ready to kill her but was stopped by Mr. Canis, who turns out to be a werewolf. He attacked Jack. Daphne tries to get her hands on the magical sword, but he grabbed her. To save herself, she bites his hand, which made him let go. She nearly fell down but was saved by Mr. Canis. But while he was distracted, Jack pushes him and stomped him, making him fall down the cliff. Jack had no remorse and was so confident he thought no one could save them from him. Sabrina, Daphne and Relda held their hands together, accepting they had lost. Suddenly some fairies came and binds him down and Puck snatches Jack's sword. Sabrina and Daphne became so excited after seeing him. He was also happy but hides his emotions immediately. Sabrina mocks him by calling him Peter Pan, while Relda and Daphne laughs at their silly argument. The rest of the fairies brought back Mr. Canis and heals him. Relda calms him down and he transforms back into human again but fell unconscious. The fairies also brought the mayor charms to them. Sabrina looked for the bean bottle only to find out it was taken by Jack. She ran and pushed him so hard, which made the bottle open and a bean slips to the ground. Suddenly the land cracked open and 3 giants appeared in front of them. Daphne yelled at her to jump to her before the giant got to them, but Sabrina refuses and tell her this is what Grimms do. The piece of land which Sabrina and Jack was standing cracked and a giant took them to the top. He asked them who caused this by pointing at the collapsed giant. Jack told them it was all done by Sabrina. Sabrina agrees and told them that she was defending her home and family. He raises his hand while one of them stops him and asks her who she is. She introduces herself. Pa, who really cared for her, tries to fly toward her to help, but Relda held his leg and told him Sabrina knows what she's doing. Sabrina at the same time explains the mistake that she made to the giants. Then she apologizes for everything. Jack at the other hand asked them to stomp houses all year for her mistakes. One of the giant tells them it's not who they are and they were defending their kingdom and what he stole from them. They thought he changed, but apparently not. They decided to let Sabrina go and to decide a proper punishment for Jack. Daphne hugged her. Relda asked the giants to take Jack to their queen so she could give him a fair trial. The giant climbed back up. Jack yelled at them to tell his story and asked them to remember his name. Puck mocked him by asking who he is. Within no time, Sabrina and Puck again started arguing like they usually does. Relda gave the sword to Sabrina and asked her to cut of the stalks. She started cutting it off and Puck interfered her, telling her it's a job for a person like him, and asks why nobody listened to him. She agrees on his statement and apologizes for not listening to him about Jack and gave the sword to him. He cuts it down while annoying and irritating her. At home, Sabrina sat next to Mr. Canis and asked Relda if he'd be okay. She tells her to not worry, that he needs time. Later, at the dining hall, Sabrina was stressing out. Relda asks what's in her mind. She explains that everything was messed up and nothing went according to the plan. Relda comforts her, then tells them how their dad was tricked by a troll and turned to stone for months. Then she gave them both journals, so they could record important moments in their lives. Sabrina saw the wedding photo of her parents and thanked Relda for giving them a home. She wishes if their parents was with them. Relda, after hearing this, took both of them in front a mirror and asked it to show their parents. They both saw them for a moment. Before Sabrina could get through to them, the mirror they disappear. She tells Relda that her magic slippers were destroyed by the giant and she will never be able to get to her parents. Relda told her she already tried the slippers, that it did not work among other things. The magic which is keeping them eternal slumber was too strong. She promises them that she will find a way. Then she closes the door by saying that she have to explain all about Scarlet Hand. Daphne and Sabrina calmly writes their journal. While they noticed Puck with all his belongings, Sabrina asked what he was doing. Puck told her that he was moving in with them. She yells at Relda and told her that he could not live with them. She told them fairies also needed a home. While Daphne talks to Julius, Puck warns him to not talk to her. They continued to argue. In the final scene we see a red hand mark on a tree. This mark may be related to the Scarlet Hand that Relda was talking about, which may possibly be a way to get to their parents.